In this demo, we're going to be talking about formatting the interactive toggle. So in this video, I'm going to talk about formatting this chart. The first thing we want to do is format this chart to kind of look like the one on the front page. I should say the one on the checkbox toggle final tab. So notice that this one uses the same color, and that provides sort of a seamless transition into what we're trying to convey to the user, which is that after a certain process improvement, there was a savings. And by using the same color or similar colors, we convey that these are related items. And that's what I would advocate for you to do if you're going to use a dynamic like this. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to select this bottom slice here, and I'm going to do a shape fill on that. I'll pick this middle blue. I'm just partial to it. And then next I'm going to click this savings series right here, and I'm going to do a no fill on it. And once I've done that, I still need to give it a border of some sort just so it's demarcated. So I've added a border. So with it clicked, I went to Shape Outline, selected the border. The next thing I'm going to do is add some dashes to kind of give it an effect that it's set off. So I'll click Show Savings here. We see how it looks. Not perfect yet, but we're getting there. So I'm going to click Show Savings again just to show the original. And I'm going to click this here. And I want to make this the same color, so with that selected, I will select this blue accent. Now notice as I toggle on and off, it gives us the effect that we want. Now, if I hit Show Savings, I see these lines, these grid lines going through, and I don't particularly like that, so I'm going to click them and get rid of them. The next thing I'm going to do with this chart area selected is I'm going to get rid of the border around the chart because I don't particularly like it. And we don't really need this legend here because we understand what's going on just intuitively. So I'll click the legend and hit delete. And next we have this 1 through 12, and that's kind of tacky. We don't really like that. So I'm going to right click into the chart. I'll click select data. I'm going to click edit over here. This allows me to change the axis labels. So over here we have January through December. I can just select them. That's what's going to appear down there, as you see. I'll hit OK here. I'll hit OK again. And then finally, with this plot area selected, I'm going to make sure I just select the plot area. I'm just going to add a thin gray line. Okay, so that looks better. But we still have an issue. It says chart title up here, but we'd probably want that to change depending on whether we're showing the savings or not. So how can we make it change? Well, over here I have a cell called chart title. So what we can do is we can put a formula in here that will change depending on whether we've clicked show savings or not, and then we can connect the chart title to this cell. So let's see how to do that. In this case, I'm going to use an if, just probably because if is the easiest here. Feel free to be more novel about it if you'd like. So what we want to do is if show savings is equal to true, then the title should be something like cost of goods for widgets with improvements. Otherwise, it should probably just be cost of goods for widgets. So here's what I can do. In my logical test, I can just click here. You see it auto-populated with show savings. That is the name of the range. Now, I could type in equals true here or equals false, but that would be like saying, does true equal true, which would return a true, or it would say, does true equal false, it would become a false. So what I'm saying here is because the value of E16 is already a true and a false, we don't need to test it again. Now, if it makes sense in terms of reading the formula to say show savings equals true so that you remember it, feel free to do that, but it's not necessary because show savings is already a true or a false. So if show savings, we want it to return this title as is given in that formula. I'll hit comma if it's false, if not show savings. We want it to return that one, and I'll close the parenthesis. So it's always a good idea whenever you set up something like this to test it out. I'll click Show Savings. You can see here that it is rotating between each. So then the last item on the list is just to go up to here where it says Chart Title. I like to move it over to the right and just drag it over here. And if I wanted to set this up to change to whatever's down here, I can click the chart title, click up here into the formula bar. Now remember, you have to hit equals or else this won't work. It won't automatically put an equals in. So type that equals, and then you can select the cell right there. I'll hit enter, and you see that it is now changing with it. And look how quickly we made that.